back with another video. So today we're going to be baking, which means I don't have to talk a lot. It's going to be a whole bunch of montaging going on, and hopefully no burning, nothing goes wrong. It seems like a simple recipe, but I want to talk about the cookbook that I'm using. So, the cookbook that I'm going to be following today is Black Girl Baking by Jerrelle Guy, and I was listening to a podcast recently with her interviewing, and she was talking about how important it is to have brown girls on the cover. In the black community, when it comes to cooking, it's more about gluttony. Like, it's not really like, ooh, let me be healthy, or oh, let me be more portion control. And she talked about how important it was that the black community adapts health, because like there's always specific dishes that you go to when it comes to like cookouts or family get-togethers or whatever. But she talked a lot about her experience as a vegan. She's not like a full vegan, but a lot of her recipes are vegan inspired, and I'm really excited to get into this cooking video because I'm not really big on baking. Like, I don't really know too much about muffins and cakes and all that other stuff, so I kind of want to perfect it. I want to get better at knowing how to get my way around the kitchen when it comes to all of those things. What better way to do it than with a brown girl on the cover? So in lieu of Black History Month and in lieu of Melanin book magic, obviously, I wanted to do a video baking one of her recipes, and I picked the simplest one. You already know your girl picked the simplest one. I almost have all the ingredients for this recipe. When I was flipping through her book, each recipe starts with a story. It starts with where the recipe originated from, or what inspired her recipe, or like how her grandmother used to braid her hair, how her mother is from Guam and her father is from down south, and just like her experience growing up and being a black girl, obviously. And it was just, I just love this because it's like a little story time before you start each recipe. And some people just go straight to the recipe and just start cooking, but I like to like learn more about the person that made the book because they took their time making this. And the fact that she starts each recipe off with like, hey, this is where my recipe is inspired from, I really like that. So another thing that I like about this book is the fact that each chapter is separated by senses, and it's like aroma, smell, taste, or aroma, taste, touch, and things like that, because she really wants to push people into getting comfortable with going around the kitchen and just like grabbing things that you know your recipe needs. And I can't relate, okay? Like, I have to follow directions, I have to follow like the recipe, I have to follow whatever it tells me to do. I'm not really that comfortable with cooking, you know. I didn't grow up in the kitchen, I didn't grow up cooking, so I don't really know that many seasonings, or I don't really know like, oh, this needs salt. One of my biggest goals is to be able to make a recipe from scratch without having to follow directions. But honestly, when it comes to me, I really enjoy following the recipe because I know it's set rules, and I know if I do this, and this is what's gonna happen. She definitely wants people to just feel the kitchen and feel what your recipe needs, and she talks about how important it is to touch things and feel things and smell things and just like enjoy the cooking experience, because she felt like growing up it was like a requirement. Like, she needed to do this to help her grandmother, or she needed to do that because something needed to be done for her siblings or whatever. Like, it was more of a responsibility. So when she made her book, she wanted people to be comfortable in the kitchen and enjoy it and not feel like it's an obligation. So with me cooking, I definitely do it because I love it, obviously, but I definitely want to use my senses and be comfortable in the kitchen and be comfortable with cooking. So I'm really excited to get into some of these recipes. All of this stuff looks so good. She's an award-winning food photographer, so I'm hungry looking at this, and I don't even know how I'm going to survive filming this video. Sticky maple mini cakes. So this is the recipe that I'm going to be making today because it's nice and simple. I should not mess this up. It should be going well, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And let's get into the kitchen. is the end of this video. I think my cakes came out pretty good. The only thing I think I messed up on was the sauce. I needed maple syrup and I only had syrup, so it kind of messed with the consistency and the color because hers is a little bit darker than mine. But at the end of the day, I just taste one because I had one spare one off in the corner. But I taste one and it tastes really good, so I'm really proud of my little cakes. But thank you guys for watching this video. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time.